Hello and welcome to the new video. Today I will be breaking down Ishizu tier deck. This deck is obviously the best deck in the game, and it endured some consistency hits since the release of the deck. As you can see, many cards are semi-limited or even limited. The newest one would be Tirlament Saliak actually, which is like consistency hit because now you can't just add one and mill one to search. You must choose either you want to search or either you want it in your hand, and it's not as easy to mill anymore. Also, the two and the shufflers and Agido got limited on the list, so the consistency of this deck is really crippled, even though Kid Kalos is still a legal card, so it's actually fine. I guess it's one of the best decks in the format, and it still can compete and dominate other decks. So other than so this is the core is mostly usual stuff like two screams, Ishizu cards, every name maxed out for the consistency, field spell, crime and Saliak. The interesting thing the new pack gave us is actually Grapha. So this card is played in OCG and TCG versions of the game because uh, there we don't have Kid Kalos and we really have limited options in Fusion Pool. So even though it's limited, I decided to play King of the Swamp +1 polymerization with Guardian Chimera in the extra. This is really good even for brick hands if you open like King of the Swamp, I don't know, Kelbeck Agido, and one monster you can search for poly and make Chimera and mill 10 on your own turn if you brick, and it's good for breaking boards though, because Guardian Chimera is just insane card when it resolves. Another thing, I decided to play Vanna Reinforcements of the Army. People are playing like Simmer King. I will find it now. Supreme Simmer, yeah, this card is like budget Rhinoheart, but it's a starter for the deck and you might run it, but I decided not to because it doesn't do anything when milled. So I don't like it. I just decided to improve consistency by adding one reinforcements of the army to the game, to the deck. Also, Foolish Burial Goods is like limited, but it's still fine. You can Foolish Saliak, or you can even Foolish Tirlament's Heartbeat to add back Crime or Saliak that you milled. So it's not really the end of the world because it's at 1. Next will be Fairy Tale Snow. This is really self-explanatory. This card is crazy. It's not once per chain, it's not once per turn. You can bring it back how many times you want. So it's very, very good in that. Another good card which became more popular with like Garura in the game. This card is like infinitely better. It's crazy board breaker. It's really, really good going second. Even going first, you can use it to like fuse something on your field to discard your Ishizus to mill even more cards. The card is crazy. And also Bestials counter this deck, but also are extenders for this deck because they gave you materials to make Sprite Sprint to send Merly, or Dark Charmer to reborn something from your opponent's grave and then go into Sprite Sprint plays. The difference I made like with recent hits is that I'm not playing a Zoo package anymore because it's not as easy to get level 4s on the field as it was. And actually I don't know, it just they they aren't good enough anymore. Like Trident Pop isn't good uh, anymore, and like yes, you can make Zeus with a million materials, but you can't invest uh, 2 force like into Zeus. You can do the same play with Bagusk in attack position, or I don't know, Dweller against Mirror. It's crazy to make Dweller, activate Dweller, and then make Zeus and send the whole field to the graveyard. They won't be able to activate literally anything. Um, yeah, another interesting card is Triple Tactics Talent. This card is insane when you get like max it, because you can always make Kid Kalos, add Celiac and pass under maxi, and if you have this card you can even rip one card from your opponent's hand, or you can draw like to try to find your bestials um, or your own maxi to your hand. I was considering running Ash Blossom and Joy Spring, but it doesn't really work for me. Um, I don't know. I feel like the deck is kind of breaking enough for me to add even more bricks, and I don't know what I would cut. I would have to cut like Bestial Package most likely, or some utility cards like Triple Tactics Talent or Imperms. Um, so with Labyrinth more popular, I decided to run one Heartbeat, even though it's like not that great. It doesn't deal with everything, but it's fine because you can shuffle floodgates. You can even shuffle, like if they want to go for eradicator play and you need your spells, and you know the other set card is eradicator. When they activate Big Welcome Labyrinth, you can activate this to shuffle eradicator before they have a chance to bring tribute fodder for eradicator to the field. So it's really good for that. uh, but if you want to be more cautious, you can run uh, Red Reboot. This card is like amazing this format, because everyone is hyped about Trap Tricks, and because everyone is hyped about Labyrinth, and I think the decks aren't that good. Even Labyrinth isn't that great in my opinion. Like the best build is with Furniture, and Furniture I don't really like that playstyle, and I don't even think it's good, because if you set card and your Big Welcome gets ashed, you're kind of screwed. Kind of the same thing like Branded Fusion and Ash interaction. It's kind of bad. I don't know. I don't feel like it's doing very good, and also the Roma Karmaken isn't in the game, so that's also a minus. So yeah, you can opt to run this card if you run into many labyrinths. It's very good. It increases your OTK potential because you have Holtron. They can play anything because their deck is trap based. So yeah, you can always utilize this. Um, now I also saw some people like trying to add some branded stuff like one Cartesian or branded in high spirits. Personally, I don't like that. I don't like piles. Um, I like clean 40 card decks, so I wouldn't recommend that. But if you like that, you can also add like grass, branded fusion and stuff, and try to make like um, very high rollish branded tier deck. I mean, this build is kind of high roll because you see how many limited cards are in the build. Uh, so yeah, that would be my Ishizu tier Master 1 deck. Um, and you know, if you want to see some gameplay, let me know in the comments. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.